Welcome back, everybody. It's time to torment some more people with more prank phone calls. Today, I want to take a page out of Jenna Marble's book. But I used to watch her prank phone calls where she would call into businesses and say she was quitting a job that she never had. So I was like, you know what? To honor Jenna Marble's, let's bring this back. So let's call some businesses and let's quit our jobs without actually having ever worked there. All right, I'm going to call Foodland, a grocery store in my hometown.
Foodland, may I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I was just calling to let you know that I'm not going to be able to come into work today.
Who is this?
Eliza.
Well, you must have the wrong number.
No, ma'am. Y'all call me Liz and Lizzie. And I'm the one that puts all the bread on the shelves. But I was just gonna let you know I didn't like how y'all handled the mop situation yesterday with the mopping water. Y'all yelled at me and I didn't like that. And I talked to my husband about it and he's okay with me not coming into work no more because he got a job at the railroad.
And this is, are you sure it's Foodland?
Yes, ma'am. The one right behind Guthrie's. And I'll be honest with you, I wish things could have turned out differently because the way that I put that mop in that mop bucket, that's how my grandmother taught me to do it. And I don't see another way. But when that man came around that corner, I don't even know, I think he might have been new. I don't remember him, but he came around that corner from the butcher section and he grabbed my mop bucket and he threw that mop water on the aisle and somebody could have slipped. And I told him, I said, you're not supposed to do that. That's a tripping water hazard. And he did it anyways. And that's when him and I got into that altercation near the bread. He grabbed me by my wrist and called me a bitch.
Do you know who it was that called you that?
He was he's a big tall man, looked like Brawny, the guy that sells the toilet paper and the paper towels. And he grabbed me by my wrist and he called me a bitch. And I said, don't call me that. And he said, oh, I heard you like it when men call you that. And he licked his lips.
I don't know who you're talking about.
He was licking all over his lips. And he took a loaf of bread and shoved it up his shirt and said that he does that all the time, that he takes bread home every night under his shirt. And I said, you shouldn't be doing that neither, sir. That's stealing. And he said,
Liz? I don't know that we have a Liz that works here.
yes, I do. I got the big rimmed horn glasses on because I got bad cataracts and I can't see. And my husband, his name is Terrence, and he works on the railroad. And I don't mean to throw my business out, but I was just telling a lady that worked there. She said she used to sleep with my husband, and we giggled about that.
Who, who's your supervisor? Who's your,
Tom.
we don't have anybody here that by the name of Tom.
I don't know. He's got a bad lisp, and I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was saying Tom. Maybe he was saying Bob or something. But
We don't have anyone here with a bad limp either.
no, a lisp. He's got a lisp.
Limp. Mm.
He took me out back and was selling me Pokemon cards out of his van in the back parking lot. He sells Pokemon cards.
I don't know any. We don't really have a back parking lot.
Well,
All we've got is
it's
where
back.
trucks pull in.
Yeah, I was about to say back there where them dumpsters are. He tried to sell me a Charizard card for $400.
I'm still trying to figure out who it is.
Well, I tell you what, I really want to get paid. So if you need me to come in and work my shift, I'll come in there. But I don't want that big brawny man. That he's very horny. He was very horny, and I don't like to use that word, but he's very horny. He didn't call me a bitch in a mean word. It was more like it was like a sexual undertone. And he asked me if I liked that. And he said he heard he liked that. And I said, I don't like that. And he let go of my wrist and then he shoved that loaf of bread under his shirt.
I'm still not recognizing who you're talking about.
Well, you know the guy that looks like he's got a big bulge in his crotch, like he shoved two apple crisp apples in his pants?
No, no.
Yeah, you know yeah, it's a big man and he walks around with his back arched with his crotch sticking out and he looks like his balls are swollen, like he's put two Honeycrisp apples in his pants.
I don't know anybody like that.
Okay.
And you work night shift?
Yeah, I work night shift and I load the bread and stock the bread.
Well, our bread is stocked during the day.
Well, I sometimes it gets spare and I have to get in there and load it back up because there's a lot of bread eating folks around the area.
And this is Foodland.
Yeah, this is Foodland right next to Hibbett Sports, and I'm telling you, my supervisor's got a big bulging crotch.
I don't know who that would be because we don't have any really, what you say, big men that work here.
Yeah, a lot of tiny men at Foodland, but this guy's big strapping guy. He drives a PT Cruiser. It's like a champagne colored PT Cruiser. And he sells Pokemon cards. And I bought one. I bought one for $100 off of him for my grandson, Tucker. And when Tucker got it, he said, "Grandma, this is a fake Pokemon card." And I told him, I said, "You sold me a fake Pokemon card." And he looked at me and he said, "Well, that's your problem, not mine, sister."
Well, I'll let whoever your supervisor is know, but I don't know who that would be.
Well, tell him that Liz with the big boobs quits.
Liz with the big boobs. I'll tell them.
Tell him I'm tired and I'm mad and I'm not coming back in there and I quit.
All right, I'll tell them.
And hey, one more thing. Who Tom or whatever his name is, Bob, Tom, the one with the big bulging crotch. Tell him that my boobs are real. He always told me that my boobs weren't real. You tell him my boobs are real.
All right, when I find Tom or Bob, I'll tell him that.
Yeah, tell him. Let him know because I didn't pay for these. These are big old milk mommies.
All right, I'll let him know.
Bye.
Bye.
We're gonna call America's Thrift Store.
America's Thrift Store.
Yes, ma'am. I was just calling to let y'all know I won't be able to come into work today.
Who am I speaking with?
Sharon.
Hold on, please. Sharon, what part do you work in?
I work back there in the shoes. And I'm
Give me your phone number in case they need you.
Well, listen, they ain't gonna need me because I tell you what happened. This really pissed me off, and I'm thinking about I want to do something about it. I was stocking them shoes, and I went and told my supervisor. I said, "Hey, I have found a bunch of sex books in the bottom of this box, and I don't think we need to be putting the sex books on the shelves." And he said, "Well, I think you should because some people, they like that and that brings them joy." Well, about a week later, he got on to me because a dildo fell out of my backpack. And he said, "You shouldn't be bringing that to work." And I said, "Well, I thought that this was a free, inclusive environment since you were okay with putting sex books on the shelves." And him and I got into it, and one thing led to another, and it wasn't good. And so I thought about it. I prayed about it.
Who is he? Who is he?
No, wasn't him. I'd never seen this feller before, but he was wearing America's Thrift Store shirt. Lunch breaks, he goes out to the back, behind the store, and he pogo sticks.
Oh, I don't know then.
Yeah, he pogo sticks for 45 minutes on a pogo stick. And I thought that was strange because, we all get like
Hold on, Sharon. Let me get you with a manager.
Yeah. He pogo sticks. She thinks this is normal. He just, for 45 minutes, he's pogoing.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, I was just letting you know I won't be coming into work today. I quit over what that feller did to me.
Who am I talking to?
Sharon.
And where What area did you work in?
I was out there stocking shelves for the shoes, and I found a sex book in a box that somebody had donated, and I took it to this man, and I told him, I said, I don't think we should be putting sex books on the shelves. And he said, well, I think we should. And then a week later, a dildo fell out of my lunchbox, and he reprimanded me for it. And I told him, so I can't bring a dildo to work, but we can sell sex books. Honest with you, I don't even think this feller worked there. He was kind of weird. He would go out in the back and he'd pogo stick in the parking lot for like 45 minutes. And then he'd come inside and he'd just start yelling at people.
Okay, what's your last name, then?
Sherwood, like sure I would. And he asked me one time if I wanted to piggyback on his back while he pogo sticked.
Okay.
He said, crawl up on my back and let's pogo stick together. And I'd never seen him before, and I'd worked there for 8 years, and I'd never seen this feller. And then I overheard him telling a customer, I'm telling you, I don't think he did work there. And I overheard him telling a customer that he purposely likes to go to prison because he's got a boyfriend in the penitentiary. Sometimes he gets to missing him, and he said sometimes he'll just rob a car just so they stick him back down there with his boyfriend when he gets horny.
Good Lord.
And he was always telling me about how horny his boyfriend was.
Okay.
And that's,
you don't know what his name was?
No, I don't. That's why I think he liked a pogo stick, is because I think he was out there, pogo sticking, bouncing his junk up and down.
Well, all right. Well, Sharon, I appreciate you calling me and let me know.
Okay, you think I'm still going to get paid for the last 2 weeks, though?
Whatever time you got put in, yeah. It'll be on your, it'll go in.
Okay, should I just come in there and collect my check?
No, it'll go on your whatever card you had set up.
Okay, all right. Maybe y'all could throw in a bonus for horny pogo man.
All right. Thanks, Sharon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Horny pogo. All right, we're going to call a furniture store. Yes, sir, I was just calling to let y'all know. Y'all let me go a couple months back for fornicating on one of the mattresses, and I talked to my brother-in-law who went to Virginia Tech for law, and he told me that I should call y'all back and see if y'all would give me my job back, because he looked over my contract and said there was nothing in my contract that said you couldn't do that.
I'm going to tell you like this. Fine, you go play in traffic.
Go play in what?
Go play in traffic.
Well, I'd like to play on the mattress again and get my seed sown.
Hey, look, man, look. Go find you something else to do.
Okay, well, is that a yes or a no? Can I come back in there and reapply?
What store did you work out of?
That's
Couldn't have.
What do you mean couldn't have? I did. I got it written in my journal. I used to do journal entries every day when I'd leave there.
Doesn't matter. I've been here 5 years. I'm the only guy that's worked here in a matter of months.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not a guy, so what would that matter if you was a guy and I was a girl? My name's Sharon.
Your name is Sharon?
Sharon, yeah.
Man, go find you something else to do. Get off this phone and stop playing.
I ain't playing, sir. I was back there testing the Well, on that note, I think we have to end the video. I like that we started with the theme today. That was cool. So if you have any ideas of what you want for a prank phone call theme, drop it in the comments below because we're going to read them all. Jenna Marbles, that was for you, baby. I hope you enjoyed that. That's much harder than it looks because you have to keep them on the phone for a long time versus when you can just create and fabricate this whole storyline in your head. So good job, Jenna. You made that look a lot easier than it was. But stay tuned. There's new videos coming out every single Thursday. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you get notified every time one drops. And we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.